Readings. I'm your host, TarotOracle, and if you want some tarot readings, let's do that because I love doing those things. I love doing readings all over the internet. Let's see, Saturday morning. Wow, I got 20 likes. Well, that's good. That's cool. So we're waiting for people to join, hanging out. I got the Star Tarot. I got that all mixed up. We're going to use that tonight. I'm pretty excited about the Star Tarot. And we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a new card. So did this one today. I think I got the face to where it doesn't look terrible. But yeah, there's the Emperor. If you like the Emperor, I added a dog here in Photoshop. So there is that. There is that. Bartman, what is going on? Fun one. Wolf, hey, how are you doing? How is everybody doing tonight? It's Saturday night. How can you go wrong? You can't. Kayla, I'm great. How are you, Kayla? It is good to see you. It is great to see you. Renee, what is going on? Lady, welcome back. How are you doing? And Wolf looks good. There we go. Is there such thing as too many tarot decks? I mean, I think if you're just drowning in tarot decks and you can't walk because there's so many tarot decks, maybe then. But I mean, until then, you can add the Star Tarot. We have that ready to go tonight. So I did put the Star Tarot up here in my thing. So there we go. We got the Star Tarot up here. Where did I put it? Right here. It's got a new space. We have a new space for it. I love the edging and all of that stuff. So it's going to be fun using that tonight. How do we want to proceed with that? I had an incident this morning with my neighbor. Oh my God. Well, that's not good. I'm assuming that's not a good incident. Crystal, hey, how are you doing? I have a full book bag. There you go. You should need to make a tarot tower. I mean, that would be great. Diana, welcome. Have not seen you here before. Miss Tweets, welcome back. It's good to see everybody hanging out here. We got making homemade French fries. That's the place to be. That is the place to be. I hope you made some for everybody. I hope you made some for everybody because that sounds delicious. Frosted Silver, welcome. Every time I see your name, I think Frosted Flakes cereal. Frosted Flakes. I used to love Frosted Flakes. But then I found out I'm intolerant to wheat. So, I mean, there was that. Nexus, what is going on? So good to see you. All right. No, I flipped out. Let's see. Great show with Tarot Magician. There you go. Miss Tweets. Grump, welcome. What is going on? Good to see you as well. So yeah, let's check that out. I need to go check out that Tarot Magician Miss Tweets thing. That sounded fun, and I missed that. I was so busy today trying to get all my painting done. All right, let's see. Does anybody have a question? Throw down some stuff there. Throw down some stuff. Get that Star Tarot and put it to work. We need to put it to work, you know? Get it done. Get it done. Frosted Flakes are delicious. They were. And then I found out I had a wheat allergy or something. So, I mean, there is that. There is that. Raina, speaking of that, what is going on? You get your brushes, Raina? Did you get your brushes and start your journey into the watercolor land? That would be kind of fun. All right. Does anybody have a question? We're here for readings. No worries, Tio. It was fun. Well, that's cool. I had a thing with Dr. Mystical today. We're talking about taking the business online. If we're doing, you had a dream about Dark Mansion. That's the place to be, is that Dark Mansion. So we'll check that out. Frosted Flakes wants to know. Let's see. FS wants to know about a friend. With my new friendship. What's going to happen with my friend? Gracia, welcome. What is going on? Do you think this deck is more Thoth-inspired? I'm not sure. It's got a little of everything. It has a little of everything. That's what I've noticed. Lillian, it's so good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Piedra, Mary Kay, and Anna, welcome. It's good to see all of y'all. All right. See, these stick together, so it's kind of annoying somewhat. But this is the Star Tarot, by the way. I have not had time to make a little graphic that I can pull up. But in case you're wondering, it is the Star Tarot. I've only shown the box 54 times. CK's Crossing, welcome. What is going on? All right. Let's check it out about this new friendship. Is the friendship going to be good, bad, indifferent? What's going to happen with the new friend? The Four of Pentacles. Now, that's a pretty good one. It's like that we're comfortable with the friend. We have a lot of expectations. We have a lot of things that we want to get done, but they do have sort of a bit of a drama side. Who is this created by? It is second edition. It's created by Kathy McClelland. Kathy McClelland, it looks like that. There you go. So they got first and second edition. The first edition is not trim. The second is. Wolfie, welcome. What is going on? All right. Tammy, good evening to you. And Diana, hello. So I think we have some expectations for this friend. It turns out that the friend is actually fairly decent. I mean, they make time for you. They're pretty good. They talk to you. They're nice. They have a lot of things. Sometimes they have an agenda, though. Sometimes they have a bad side where they get a bit drama-filled or a bit angry for no reason, sort of pointing to the devil. So sort of watch out for that. The Prince of Wands, they do enjoy getting things done. They like to get things done. They like to sort of leap out there and get some things and get some activities done. And they're sort of squelched a bit with the whole coronavirus thing as well. So a lot of their efforts and a lot of time that they're sort of investing into this are not quite working out right now. So they have a bunch of pent up energy right now. The Four of Pentacles sort of stuck at home, don't have that stability type thing. And the Four of Pentacles, speaking of Thoth, does look like the Thoth as well for the Four of Pentacles. Does not look like your traditional Four of Pentacles is sort of hanging on to everything and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, you could have a little bit of both, right? We could have a little bit of the home feel, stuck at home, not able to get things done, could have a bit of selfishness as well. Sometimes they could have a little bit of selfishness to where they don't really want to share. They don't really want to be a part of stuff that they should be a part of. And it's sort of a battle with them sometimes. They do like a bit of the drama. They do get things done, though. They are fairly decent at just base friendship. In other words, go out, check it out and see what's going on. The devil, again, said they have a bit of that drama side, so you're going to have to watch out for that for the most part, though they look decent. When they look decent, you're not going to get a friend every time that's like perfect at everything. So, it's hard to get that perfect friend. It's a little colder today. Man, it poured last night. It was like hurricane sounds outside. It was really bad. So I'm going to guess the first edition didn't have the typo on the Emperor. Well, I don't know. I do not have that. I guess you can look online and see some flip-throughs. Find some flip-throughs and see how that goes maybe. All right, next is what's the future of that relationship looking like? Future of a relationship. We'll check that out. All right, for that one. What's a good future relationship deck? I'm thinking that it's aimed a bit. So you can see my vacuum cleaner. That's my vacuum cleaner, by the way. So, I'm a single guy, so it's like everything is sort of random in the house. There's random things in random spots. So we could use a Thoth derivative. Everybody's trying to talk about the Thoth and all that good stuff. We'll check that out with the Rosetta Tarot. I think that one's pretty good. Marie K wants to know, will I find true love? Will I find that true love? You never know. You never know. The Romantic Tarot. Wow. Paula is on the rave of getting all these new decks. I'm telling you, you got it going on over there. You have it going on over there. So imagine if you won the lottery. I mean, you would just basically just grab them all. And, if you do win the lottery, by the way, I do offer to build these and ship this to you. I mean, I'll build you the most beautiful tarot tower that you have ever seen in your life. It'll be your favorite thing. I'll build you 50 of them. Anyway, so let's find out what is the future of this relationship and see what we're doing. Philippe, welcome. What is going on? In Adita, hello. How are you doing? Got everybody here tonight. That's cool. If you haven't seen it, by the way, speaking of everything tonight, I made the Emperor. I'm going to post this on the site so that the face doesn't look horrific, which is what I was going for. I just want it to not look horrific. So, you know, if you're interested in having your initials on here somewhere, somebody told me to make that a Kickstarter bonus. A Kickstarter bonus, I could put your initials on here somewhere. You know, I don't know if we're going to do that. We'll see about that. Fund One, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. You want to pass the sorcery, of course. How to ensure my success. All right, we'll check that out. As far as the future of the relationship, the 10 of discs, wealth, this has a lot of different meanings when we sort of end it or pair it with the Ace of Wands. It's an interesting combo. It's like that we're trying to start something, but it doesn't start well. We're trying to start it, we're trying to get it going, we're trying to get serious with it, but there's things mixed up. It's like you're on different wavelengths. It's like that you're having problems. It's like that the relationship is on the verge of being really great or really terrible at the same time. I mean, really great or really terrible. It doesn't seem to be anywhere in between. Like normal and boring would be great. It does say that the relationship overall would be a good thing. Overall is a good thing. The Six of Discs, success. We're moving into this. The Taurus field points us to that stability that you're going to have with a relationship over a long term, but it seems you have to sort of work through things. We have to sort of do a bit of struggle in between that in order to get that finished up. The 10 of Cups being reversed means overall, even though it is successful, it's not something that you really value a whole lot. It comes almost at a price to where society is not reached. We don't have that passion that we need for a substantial relationship. We're in the relationship works. We just don't have a lot of things that we need out of a relationship. And a lot of that sort of circles around finding things that we need versus finding things that we're just okay with, right? So being satisfied is totally different than just having a relationship. If I want to just have a relationship, I could just grab something and, you know, just, well, that sounds bad. But if I want a relationship, I could get in one. It doesn't mean to be great, but it's easy to get into a relationship. You find somebody who wants a relationship, you do that. You could be completely miserable or you could be not very satisfied. So that's what it points to, basically. An okay relationship, drama at the beginning. And as we sort of get deep into it, we're just not finding satisfaction overall in there. Jin Bo, what is going on? Berenice, hello. Mona, hey, how's it going? Mona says the Emperor's face does not look horrific. I think it looks stealthy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm terrible at drawing faces, so a lot of times I just got to wing it. I just have to wing it sometimes. All right, Fun wants to know about, let's see, passing a course. There you go. How can I ensure my success on the course? F1K. Success on course, of course. Success on course, of course. You know? What would be a good course success deck? I'm thinking, well, I just used the star tech. Yeah, it's been a minute. No, I don't want to use that one. I guess we could use this one. I change my mind a lot. You never know what I'm going to get. You never know what you're going to get over here. Closer to me now, I have found them. Well, I get my what? Closer to me now that I found them. Bernice, you're missing a noun there. Will you get something closer to me now that I've found him? You mean, will you get him closer to you now that you have found him? I'm not really sure what the question is. Fancy dress? What is going on? Let's check it out about the ensuring success and how do we ensure success on something, of course, that we just started trying to figure out how to navigate all the materials and get everything going full steam and how we're going to do that because you never know. You never know about any course. Let's move that over where you can actually see it. That'd be great. Cool. Jin Bo, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? All right. How would Sebastian feel if I told him the truth? How I feel. Okay. So ensuring success on the course, Page of Cups, need to be emotionally detached from it. So emotionally detached from it is sort of important because we're moving into the Seven of Swords. It's almost like that we're in it, but we're having trouble taking away anything that's meaningful. We can walk the steps, we can walk through and go step by step through this. Doesn't mean we'll take anything out that's going to be meaningful. The Seven of Swords, we do want to take some things out that are going to be meaningful and important to us and get really sort of connected with that. In order to do that, the Page of Cups says don't get too emotionally attached to it. In other words, you want to get into the course, you want to learn the material, but you don't want to be upset with something because you didn't figure it out, or you don't want to be upset because you're just not getting something. You can always come back to it later, right? That's why it's a course. We're not going to get 100% of it. We're not going to get mastery at all of this stuff. So if you can't master something, don't get upset. Don't get dissuaded. Don't get, feel like you're being pushed back kind of thing and you're off course. And the Seven of Swords says we have a lot to take out from this. It's a lot of material. It's some good material. And we can get more out of the course than just what's taught because we can go do it ourselves. We can focus on it, concentrate on it. That's going to bring us a lot of added value with that as well. The Six of Cups says that we're going to have sort of this a very sort of empathic feel with the other people in the course, the material, the person that's teaching. We're going to have a very empathic feel with that. In other words, we're going to be able to get more out of it again than sort of what we paid for it, more out of it. It's going to sort of hit home in some areas to where we can sort of get into that. And then we understand it because we've had experiences that are unique that other people haven't had. And now we get even more out of the course as well. So another seven of wands, talking about that sort of that defensive look there in the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of sevens in here. It's sort of this feel of we think that we're successful at it, but we're not. In other words, go back over the material. So let's say I read the material and I like a couple of things out of it. Don't just move on. Go back to that material and find out some stuff about it. Get that material, read it again, concentrate on it, focus on it, and drain more out of the material than what you think is possible. Because I think that you have a couple of things that you missed on that. That's what we're talking about, the sevens. You have a couple of things that you missed, a couple of things you didn't focus on properly, a couple of things you said, oh, okay, I got this. But later you realize I don't got this. And now you accidentally run into it and you're like, Jesus Christ, I missed all of this crap. If I would have just gone back over that material once more, I would have a lot more stuff out of it, right? That's where the seven is pointing to. It's basically a seven of all the elements, thinking and concentrating and focusing on the material. And I think that you're going to get out of that. Again, we have a good empathic feel with that. Don't get dissuaded if you don't get the material. Again, we're going to come back to it. And make sure to sort of, ask the questions that need to be asked. Don't be afraid to ask questions because you don't look stupid. So, as they say, there's no stupid questions, just stupid things. I mean, Hey, Tash and Wolf, Bernadette, Mimi, Paula's here. Bartman says hello. We got a lot of people in chat. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate that. Which deck was that? That was Stephanie Lou Paws. Shadowscapes Tarot. Mimi, I'm glad you asked about a list because there is none, Mimi. There's no list. I pick random. So what I do is I'll look around and I'll find something that interests me. And then I'll do, Bernadette has a great question. Will my dad get closer to me now that I found him? That is a good question. That is a cool question. Let's tackle that one. That's a random one. I like it. I like where you're headed with that. B11. Dad closer now that I found him or not? Let's check that out. See, that's a great question. Here we go. All right. Cheryl Ibanez, what is going on? So good to see you. Let's check out. By the way, this is my tarot tower. 50 decks. Can you believe I have 50 decks packed in here? I can just reach in here and I can just grab a random deck and then I can just throw it on the table and go to town. Throw it on the table and go to town because this is the Dulac Tarot. By the way, in case you wonder what this is, the Dulac Tarot. This is a nice little tarot. I have been neglecting it too. currently feel about my crush, John Denver. Isn't he dead? Isn't John Denver no more? I liked his songs. I liked him in Oh God and Oh God Part 2. But I don't think he's around anymore. Are you talking about the ghost of John Denver, maybe? I don't know. All right. Things are keeping the best as you can every day. Modern Metaphysics, hey, what's going on? Modern Metaphysics, man. Hey, Modern Metaphysics, did you see that Final Fantasy XIV is adding cross realm? If they do that, let's hook up, man. Let's run some stuff. We got cross realm. That's going to be really cool. Or cross, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. Not cross server, not cross realm. It's cross server farm. They're server farms. You know what I'm saying. 5-point star. What is going on? What is happening? Just check that out. Yeah, we got to run some stuff. Got to run some stuff. It has been a minute. Let's see how the store going, Dustin. Okay. Is the dead going to be good, bad, or indifferent now that we found him? The 6 sort of points to, I mean, a bit of hesitancy with this. So the 6 being reversed is kind of concerning me. That's normally a very good card. It's normally a fantastic card. We got everything reversed, but whatever. Normally a decent card. It's like we have some hesitancy doing that. So is there something weird about it? Like, was there a bit of a back and forth? Was there a bit of an iffy situation to where you're like, you know, things were polite, but now you're sort of unsure about some things. We're not really concerned. We're not really into that fully, or we're not really into the situation fully. It's like that. They were polite. They were good, glad to see you. But as far as something long term, they want to see you a lot. Do they want to see you a ton? I'm kind of curious about that. I mean, we do have this sort of this upside down feel as well, to where we're talking about maybe that uncomfortableness goes away, or maybe it's a bit of a weird thing, just temporary or something like that. But I do think that there's some possibilities of, you know, coming about, seeing each other and having sort of that relationship as we go along. But again, it's almost like there's some awkwardness around it. It sort of seems unstable as well. Like you have to build the stability. We have to sort of move into that and sneak into that as well. But yeah, you have a lot of upside down cards. We have a lot of reverse cards. Some of them are good. I mean, it's nice when some of the cards are upside down, but the reversals of a couple of court cards, again, points to a hesitancy, points to this weird thing sort of happening as far as that goes. Anyway, let us know. It seems it's polite, and it was sort of good news at one point, but then it sort of got weird, or it's getting weird, or will get weird, but we just have this weird flow or weird feel around that. So I'm kind of curious as what's going on that. Gouache. Yep, gouache, watercolor. You gotta sort of wing it sometime. Is my partnership toxic? Well, I'm assuming you figured that out. I'm assuming we figured that out already. In Adita, I'm assuming you figured out if the relationship is toxic or not. I'm kind of curious. Now I'm kind of curious about John Denver. Let's see, takes practice with watercolor. That's right. The quality of Gilded Tarot Royale, then a gently shuffled. Okay. You like the quality of Gilded Tarot Royale. There you go. All right. We'll try. I guess we'll try Inedita and find out about Toxicity. Toxicity, N-O. Toxic relationship. Well, I misspelled that. Missing an H. Is it a toxic relationship? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it indifferent? We'll figure that out with the Druidcraft Tarot. One of my favorites. I made one of my favorites. Gouache is my favorite. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I used gouache quite a bit, but I use it for only certain things. I'll use gouache. So when I'm doing it, like let's see, for example, okay, when I'm doing it, I'll do watercolor up here because I want the grain. I want that grain, and I'll do watercolor here because I want the grain type thing. But here I'll do gouache because I want it to be a very stark, thick type feel to it. And then I'll use watercolor as a base, and I'll use gouache on the top. So I guess it all depends. I mean, because you see the gouache, if you get a dry brush gouache here on top of watercolor, you see that effect it has? I think that effect looks cool. It looks almost like cloth. Anyway, so you kind of play with that, but overall, that's how I roll with that. Anyway, there's no list. Questions are random indeed. So let's check it out. Well, the Empress didn't fare well. The Empress didn't fare well. Now we got a little judgment, though. That's okay. Sun upside down doesn't fare well as well. So, I mean, there's that upset. We're leaving. We're abandoning it. It doesn't look like a good relationship. So, I mean, I'm just saying, is your shadow at play? No, I doesn't think. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Tarot Oracle. Way to start the evening. Okay. So I don't think it's a good relationship. Entertainment purposes only, by the way. I don't think it's a great relationship. From the cards, it doesn't look. The Empress, okay, you really don't want her to be reversed when I'm asking about a relationship. When I'm asking about something, I do not have the Egyptian tarot. The borders were massive. I need borderless, or I need to be able to trim it. But there you go. The Empress, you really need that to be right side up in this particular question for something that's going to be great, something that's going to be really good moving forward. The Sun reversed also sort of concerns me. Not a good card to be reversed in this particular reading as well. And then we have this Eight of Cups. I'm upset. I'm abandoning it. I'm leaving it. Screw this. I'm out of here. You don't want to screw this I'm out of here feel when you're talking about a relationship. So I don't think it's a good one. The cards say it's not a good one. They say you probably want to start over. So start over with the judgment, getting out, getting into things and stuff like that. So I mean, just basically, it's just a bad reading. It's just a bad read. So if you're looking for great cards, this ain't it. This is not it. So no, it's not your shadow side. It looks like we have a lot of difficulties. It looks like you're not feeling okay with it. It looks like you have some doubts. It looks like almost that he either ignores you or pays way too much attention to you. It's like this weird thing going on. But no, I mean, as far as cards are concerned, entertainment purposes only, it looks like crap. It looks like dog do. But, that they're just cards. It's just cards, and I'm just a fat man on the internet. So take it in stride there. The Cosmic Tarot, yeah, that was a good while back there. My shadow in play. No, why is he acting like that? Mimi wants to know why is he acting like that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Looking for questions. Okay, I guess we'll do John Denver. Last relationship was very toxic. Will I find someone and when? I'm Pisces. All right. Well, Cheryl, we'll do John Denver. Hopefully it's not the ghost of John Denver. I did like his music. And Oh God was a decent movie. I mean, it wasn't bad. All right. So, SL. John Denver, Country Road. Take Me Home, Country Road. Okay. So, yeah, John Denver, Country Road is, okay, you have a crush, and apparently you're not together. I'm assuming that because they're your crush. Currently feels about you. I assume if you were in a relationship, he would just tell you what he currently feels about you. So let's assume that John Denver is not responding. Or we have a bit of a hesitancy with the old John Denver. Take Me Home, Country Road. By the way, if you don't know what that is, you need to go on YouTube and look up John Denver, Country Road, Take Me Home. Anyway, so there is that. Exactly. See, 5 Point Star gets it. 5 Point Star comes in here, and when 5 Point Star wanted a reading one time, the exact second I was about to get to 5 Point Star's reading, they repeated the question in chat. It was beautiful. Because they knew their reading was next and they were paying attention. I mean, I'm just saying they have it going on. They have it going on. If I was to vote for a new president, it would be 5-point star, because I'm just saying they're organized. They got their stuff going on. And I think, I think 5-point star should run for president. Just saying. All right. Let's see. About John Denver's Country Road, Take Me Home to a Place Where You Belong. So we got a crush. Apparently, they don't know, I guess, or they would have told you. And we're trying to figure out, is this going to be something that could be reciprocated, or are we going to get a restraining order? But you don't know. You don't know about the restraining order until, you get it later. So let's look at that. Let's look at the restraining order. So the 3 says that there's still work to do. There's still work to do. This is not something that's going to be easy. It's not something to where they're magically going to hop over. They're going to say, hello, I've loved you all my life. You're my crush, or something like that. We have some work to do, the 3. And it's more of that you want to sort of be the person that hints first. You want to be the person that sort of gives that hint that I could be interested in you. And you may want to say that how much you love John Denver's songs. And, if you have a DVD of Oh God or something in your hand with John Denver, that might help. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I don't know. But the 8 says that you have to sort of make the first move. And that doesn't mean just jump on them. Right? Because that's probably the restraining order comes in. It doesn't mean to just leap on them. It sort of means let's give some hints. Let's give some subtle hints to John Denver and find out how they're feeling about that as well, right? So you have the 3 is also a bit of a showy card. I'm showing off my work. I'm showing off these beautiful things that I made, these things that I did. So I'm a bit of a show off. I like to show my pride. That sounds terrible, but I like to, be maybe a bit showy. 8 of Wands says, yeah, you're going to have to make the first move. All right, so let's sort of look at what we're going in from here. The world sort of being at the end means we do have some possibilities with this, but it depends, again, not only on their reaction, but how much effort do you want to put into this? Because the 3 says there is some effort involved. They could be with somebody else. They could have other things to do. They could have never thought of you like that. They could just think of you like, hello, how are you doing? So you don't know until you sort of leap into that. But yeah, you're going to have to make the first move. You have to make a bit of a hint, give a bit of that subtlety, give a bit of that subtle hint, and see how it's going to go with John Denver. And, and maybe have a Country Road song playing in the background as you approach them and say hello. I don't know. I'm just making this stuff up. We need to use a little print, speaking of making stuff up. Okay, 32 at heart. Well, there you go. All right. I really wanted Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. I'm not sure where we're going with that. Looking for questions here. I know we had a question when I first started. Nexus, I got Nexus's question, future of the relationship, I think. Did I? Will my partnership succeed? I got that one. Fun, I got that one. And okay, so we're just sort of hanging out, waiting for questions. In the meantime, what do you think about a watercolor course on the channel? Does it belong on the channel? Does a watercolor course belong on the channel? Or should I make a different thing for the watercolor course? I don't know, because I don't want to load up the channel with non-tarot stuff and just do that all day. I still want to do tarot, but occasionally have occasionally have something else would be kind of fun. I'm just saying, while we have no questions, anybody have a question? While we're waiting, the echoes of nature, I have, I think 7 or 8 of these left, and I'm ready to get rid of them. I'm ready to get rid of them for sure. All right. Jen's very abstract from a digital art. There you go. Will I find someone after a toxic relationship? Will I overcome emotional past issues? Well, let's find out for Lady about emotional issues. Well, that's no good. That's no good at all. Nope, do a separate channel. There you go. All right. Lady wants to know, let's see. Emotional? Can I get through these emotional past issues? Are they stuck? Are they stuck? or what's happening with all of that. I don't know. I got so many YouTube channels. I don't really use half of them. I'm not sure how to do more, if I should do more YouTube channels. I did make a YouTube channel where I did my art, and I gave it away for free. I mean, I'm teaching lessons for free, and nobody watched it. So maybe I just stink at instructions. I mean, you know, but then there's the thing. I could have used that time to make more tarot content. I could have used that time to reinvest in more tarot content. So I'm kind of at this precipice of uncertainty, not knowing what to do. Speaking of which, my Chiro stuff has not shipped yet. You know, I guess they're really busy over there, but I'm sure anxious to get it. I am. Hopefully it ships next week. We'll see about it. In the meantime, I'll just keep making tarot decks. Keep making more tarot cards. Suzanne Chase, welcome. What is going on? After I opened up my subconscious mind, what? Okay. So, the emotional past issues, the King of Cups, it's more of a not willing to deal with emotional conflict. I mean, that's what we're seeing with the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, if you haven't watched the video, is a bit sort of non-combative, is a bit sort of, I have good emotions, I have control of my emotions, I'm good with emotions, but I just don't like conflict sometimes. It's difficult to sort of jump into that and be willing to have some conflict, be willing to face your issues and to knock them out, you know, like in your 5 rounds of a boxing match. You have to sort of get in there and sort of knock that out sometimes. And that's going to be sort of difficult. And the Two of Swords as well, you're sort of ignoring some things. Two of Swords, I'm blinded on purpose. I'm ignoring things. I'm defensive. We have that defensive feel to that. We're ignoring things and we're a bit defensive about it. So I think that some of the emotional issues are cropping up because you're just not ready to face them, or you're just not ready to realize that this is going to take some effort. This is going to take some realization that I have this issue, I have these problems, and I'm going to have to face it and leap into it and resolve it eventually, because some of these are going to be issues you don't want to face. You don't want to agree that you have it. Bountiful Sea Turtle, it has been a minute. How are you doing? So some of these issues you need to face. If you don't, they're going to stick around. They're not going away. Until you face those fears, until you fight those out, it's not going to be good. Justice says to balance out everything, to make sure that you look at every aspect. Even the parts that you know are going to be combative. Even if the parts you know are going to be a bit emotionally taxing because we had to face those. That's fine. That's fine. By the way, speaking of taxing, there is no list. Jerica, hello. Antonella, hello. How are you doing? All right. So justice and judgment combination. It's sort of time to leap into those. It's time to leap into those and realize that you have the ability to do this. But you know, you got to face some things that you're not facing. And until you do, you're going to have problems getting that done. Nav, what is going on? Well, Armand's arrest of stem cell and platelet treatments left a herniated disc be successful. Is back at recovered normal life. All right. Let's see. Nav has a question about back surgery. Shuffle Tarot, hello. What is going on? All right. Witchcraft Tarot. Let's see, Silver Witchcraft. Does Luis hate the emails I sent to him? Did you send him some bad emails? Did you send him some bad things? Well, we'll find out about that. It's Philly. It's Philly wants to know. IP. Let's see, did hate the emails I sent. Did Elle hate those? What's Elle feeling about them emails? Is that going to be bad? I don't know. We haven't used the Thoth tonight. Why haven't we used the Thoth? Did we use the Thoth? No, we used the Thoth derivative. I don't think we actually used the Thoth tonight. We have to. No bad emails, just updates of my life. You're just keeping them updated. That's all you need to keeping them updated. Mine is Bookshelf. Thank you for yesterday's reading. Well, you're quite welcome. That's awesome. All right. So, you know, I'll let him know some information. Does he hate it? Does he dislike it? What is going on with all of that? Let's check it out using the thought and hope for that. Well, he doesn't like it. I mean, no, he's not thrilled with it. He's not thrilled with that's, you know, I mean, he's not too thrilled with it. He's not too thrilled. So there's some parts of the email. There's some parts of the email that are a bit combative. Kayla, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that with no question. Okay, cool, Kayla. I appreciate you. So, I mean, you put some combative things in there. I mean, let's spill it where it's Philly. Let's spill it out right now. You put some bad combative things in there. Maybe not bad. Maybe not bad. Maybe not that bad. But you put some conflict in there. We put some conflict in there. They got some conflict in the meat of the email. We have that strife feel. It's not something that, you know, I mean, I love you. I've always loved you. I love you more in this time. And I mean, you just have a bit of a combative feel in there. The Lover's reversed also points to maybe a bit of some of your emotions. Okay, some of your emotions as far as the tarot is concerned. Some of your emotions are conflicted because I think that you want some certain things out of this person that they don't want. And you sort of know that you want those things. And they know that you want those things. And you're just having sort of problems sort of getting that started. You have certain problems getting some of those things communicated. And it's sort of like this barren wasteland sometimes where either they're not listening to you or they're just not paying enough attention. They're not really getting you the things that you need. You would like them to change. Sometimes they're not going to change. They're going to have some difficulty with that. The Lover's reversed. But I do think there is a bit of a combative feel in a little bit of the part of the email. The world says that you are looking at opportunities here to sort of fix things or opportunities to sort of get things the way you want it, but it's really not going to be through the way that you're doing it. So sort of if we can't directly communicate something, it's going to be difficult to get that started again. So if you're looking for sort of a reparation or a repair of it to where we can go back with a video game save and go back before, it may not be possible at some point, but yeah, I mean, there's a big disconnect. There's a lot of problems with you either, you know, not getting what you want, not getting satiated, not getting satisfied with some things. The Lover's upside down, a bit of a combative feel. You want to force this person to do some things that they maybe don't want to do or they haven't thought of. But I mean, yeah. So, I mean, they have a bit of a mixed reaction. One is, you know, that maybe this is not something that I want to do. Maybe the suggestions are something I want to chase. Maybe it's completely different than what I expected. But I mean, overall, they processed it. Is this something that's going to magically change everything and fix everything and move things forward? Maybe not. But, I mean, you're trying. We're trying. We're getting there. All right. Jinbo wants to know about health. Really hesitant to do that with the coronavirus. That's sort of why I haven't done the tarot, medical tarot much. So the coronavirus thing really has me kind of freaked out because if I do medical tarot, I think I should, but just put a big disclaimer all over the place. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should. Mona, will I get my disability? Let's find out about getting that cash. Getting that fat cash. Check it out. Why don't we put Monda? Am I going to get the disability? Saving for Kickstarter tarot deck. Well, hopefully mine. Saving for that Kickstarter tarot deck. Man, I'm telling you, I think my tarot deck is going to be pretty good. I think it's going to do better than this thing. This thing, I mean, I barely scraped by with this one. I think the next one's going to be better. I'm just saying, I'm hoping because I'd like to print like, 250, 400 decks would be great instead of just 100 and stopping. But there's that. Speaking of that, let's check out, I want to do the golden. I haven't done the golden tarot in a minute. Golden wheel, it's been a while. And the Star Tarot literally just rips off a couple of the cards out of here. The Star Tarot legitimately rips off a couple of the cards out of this thing. Medical tarot has a place it's needed. All right. Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Kickstarter is, I just might as well give my paycheck to Kickstarter. But the only problem I have with Kickstarter is when they say it won't be out until next year. I'm like, my God, really? Next year? It takes you a year to print a tarot deck? I mean, really? Come on. Anyway. Runes cards. There you go. I need to do a runes thing on the channel. Have like a throw down some runes. Just completely eliminate all my viewers all at once, maybe. I don't know. I did Lenormand, and man, nobody tuned in for that. All right. I think it was interesting. I think it was interesting for a while, and then people just got bored of it. Because you actually had people that came in to the Lenormand reading, and they would say, I have a question, but I'm going to wait until you do tarot. They literally would say that. It's like, I have a question, but I'm going to wait until you're not doing this Lenormand garbage. Yeah. And that's when I was like, all right, that's it. You know, that's it for me, for that. The Emperor, I will not spell Emperor like that. It will be correct. I am Virgo. So good news about Virgos. We will not misspell Emperor. In fact, I have looked at probably the same cards like 4 or 5 different times and just making sure that everything popped. All the colors pop. The blue needs to pop just as much as the reds if I want to sort of get that going. Anyway, so getting disability, we're going to get some money. The 7 of Wheels says it's going to take some time. 2 of Wheels says they're still making a decision on it. The 4 of Wheels says, I mean, well, okay, partial disability, maybe partial disability. I don't know. The 4 of Wheels. Okay, when you talk about the 4 of Pentacles, you have the guy holding on to his stuff. And cheating Virgos, Raina's pointed out right now, you're holding on to your stuff, but it's not just that. It is the quest to get more, the quest to get more. Now, why do I say the quest? Why do I say the quest? It's not getting more, it's the reach or the trying, the motion to get more in the 4 of Wheels feel. And then we have the 7 of Wheels. We have more that's available, but it's slow to come. It's slow to get it. And the 2 of Wheels, it's almost like the decision is still being made. Based upon that, Kayla, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. We'll see you later. Based upon that, it seems that we have either decisions are still being made, there's a delay, things aren't fully there. If you're looking for maybe partial, I see partial maybe, but it seems like there's more questions to be answered for that. The decision is still up in the air. So the decision is still being made. The money is there. The money is there. We are reaching out to get that. The 4 of Swords points a lot of times to delays in getting it. So if you're looking for getting it fully, getting 100%, maybe there's a bit of a challenge there. But, I mean, yeah, there is that. There is that. Sheffield Tarot. Let me know what you think when you get them, Paula. Okay, cool. All right, I'll do one more question, Bale. All right, let's see. Where's the ending soon screen? There we go. Ending soon screen. Let's see. 2 decks from MPC. Love reading. Becca Boo loves you. There you go. BLU. Love reading. Love reading. We go to the love screen. Go to the love screen and try that out. See what we're going to here. The love screen. Oh, we can do the romantic Victorian. It is such an ugly box. It is such an ugly box. You have to keep appealing disability. I did not know that. Well, there you go. Watching your channel. All right, let's check this out. Let's see what we're getting at here for love reading. Hopefully it goes good. Hopefully it goes well. You get some nice love coming in. Some nice love coming in. All right, Knight of Swords. Well, maybe. Queen of Cups, Judgment. Are you looking for somebody now? If you're looking for somebody now, the Knight of Swords points to a possibility for that. So we do have a new opportunity coming, basically. So judgment in love readings points to new opportunities, things that could be sort of created, a sort of creational aspect with new opportunities coming, new things on the horizon, all sorts of good stuff sort of maybe hovering around. The Knight of Swords points to somebody that is, I mean, a bit on the conflicting side. In other words, the Knight of Swords is a bit on the, not really the spy, but they have a sort of this weird attitude towards things. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. They're very sort of non-committal, and a lot of times you have to sort of chase them down or get them to commit to something. So a very nonchalant type attitude, but they do get things moving. They are very movement oriented. Into the Queen of Cups points to you're really into this person. So I think that you do have a new opportunity. Somebody I see as an air sign, the Nine of Swords. The air sign person is a bit on the conflicting side. In other words, they're hard to commit to things. They do like to jump around and go back and forth on different things. The Queen of Cups, you're very much into this particular person. The Nine of Pentacles points to possibility for a relationship, a possibility for stuff. But, it's all about sort of getting this person to chill out, getting the person to calm down at some point. So you just have to sort of wrangle them in and get them under control. They are a bit on the wild side, so I don't know if that's something that interests you or not. So being an air sign, it could be a little bit of mixture for that. But yeah, you do have somebody coming. Think that it's a potentially good relationship. You're going to have to get them a bit under control. They are all over the place. It's hard to commit. So if you're trying to, I'm doing Becky Loves You, I'm doing you. So if you're trying to get them to commit or do something that you want, it's going to be sort of difficult. They're going to say that they're going to call, that they don't call. You're going to have to chase them down. A lot of times it's going to be sort of a pain in the butt relationship, but it has some potential. It does have some potential. Air sign is going to make it sort of interesting at best. So there you go. Sathandra, hello. How are you doing? All right. Who else joined? Clementine, welcome. What's going on? That is our last question. I'm here again tomorrow night, and I'm here tomorrow morning and night, 6:30 Central, both times, morning and night. So if you didn't get your question answered, please come back. I appreciate you, and we will see you at one of those times. Let's see if I can find the end button. Here it is.